Good life.
Hello, everyone. Or hello, Josh, since it appears to just be us here so far.
So far, but if you build it, they will come, or so I've been told.
Hello, Josh. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Josh, you don't look like Jack.
I don't think that my hair is the right color at the very least.
It's not that rassy, sassy glow of red and
Something between a Viking and a
some.
Klingon.
As ever, the worst intros ever. I apologize. Um, and I think my mic's a little hot. We're gonna turn that down slightly. Hi, everybody. This is the rewatch for Angel. We are watching Couplet today. Sir Jack was not feeling well. So Sir
We wish
Josh
him the best.
was generously allowed by Jessa to sit in.
Yes.
uh, we are not allowed to stream the episode into YouTube. That constitutes a copyright violation. So if you would like to watch Couplet with us, get your DVDs ready, your whatever's ready, and but I suppose we should lead with this is another digging for fun
It's
rewatch.
this is okay. So if this episode didn't have the purpose that it has, which is to get Cordelia out of the plot of the next four
Right.
episodes, I would really enjoy this episode because it's fun, it's hilarious.
Yeah,
Uh, there's some
I've
there's some really fun like Grusalug Angel stuff. It's just such a transparent effort to say that they don't want to have to deal with Cordelia in the upcoming story arc.
yeah, which is weird, right? I don't think Charisma was pregnant. I mean, who knows what was going on?
I've heard conflicting things. I've heard that she got married and this was a honeymoon. I've heard, unfortunately, I've also heard the rumor that she miscarried and this
Oh,
was her recovery from that.
yeah.
I'm not sure which one is true.
Well, all of that makes sense. Yeah, it's for me. There's a handful of one thing I don't like about myself, Josh, is there's a handful of there's a handful of storytelling tropes and techniques and whatever that if you use them, I get super distracted and annoyed and as and there's still a lot of
Hmm.
good work here. There's a lot of good humor.
Hmm.
Good performances. It's mostly good humor in this particular episode. And but I'm so distracted and annoyed. And for me specifically, uh, I'm sure everyone who comes to these streams is tired of hearing me talk about the moonlighting effect. And in this particular instance, they didn't have to. They could have written her off. They didn't have to do it in a way that looked like Angelus Interruptus. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the necessity of having to write her off for a period of episodes is one thing, but to do so in a way that is this tedious, exhausting trope that I think Castle is the show, as I've said in many other streams, is the show
Yeah.
that finally exhausted my experience of just do it. Just are you so afraid of I know it's a cliche in the writing industry that you'd never let your leads get together because once they do, the natural will they won't they drama is out of that. But that just also seems to me like aren't there good stories to tell about couples that are together? Like aren't there good stories to tell about relationships
Yeah.
that don't involve the first 2 months of the relationship? Hey Tom, uh of my eyes are getting bad. The sideways door. Hello, hi everybody. It's a
I
little
think,
on the topic of straight platonic friendships between men and women,
sure.
which we is another one that we harp on. Uh, we're almost done rewatching 30 Rock, and Jack Donaghy and Liz Lemon, for me, are one of my favorites. Um,
One of my
so
favorites that you and I have talked about before is Holmes and Watson from Elementary.
yeah, good one. Yeah. If Hey Russell, how you doing? If I don't know, it just seems unnecessary, and the struggle I will continue to have with this season is, but he can't, he can't, he just can't. You're not providing enough reasons. The thesis of Buffy season 2 from Angel's perspective is he is not allowed to be happy. He is not allowed to be in a relationship to feel that bubble of safety and happiness and whatever. Um, so there's no dramatic tension for me here. There's no romantic tension. It's just
Yeah,
it is they do not provide enough of a lead in to say, but it's like, no, we've done this already, and we did it better with Buffy and Angel. It doesn't work, and he knows it doesn't work. So what are you doing? It just feels like a waste of time. Is all I'm saying.
I have different quibbles, but that lead me to the same conclusion. I think that, I mean, obviously we get Nina the werewolf in season 5. Like I think that there are ways that Angel could do this. Um, that he could have a romantic relationship.
Like a perfect happiness condom.
Yeah, and I
It's a way
mean,
he could insulate himself from it.
if anybody is going to make sure that Angel doesn't get perfectly happy while she's banging him, it's going to be Cordelia. Like she is the perfect person to have a deep, meaningful, loving, romantic relationship where you are constantly agitated.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So there's that. And then I think this season actually is trying to interrogate that, but it's not doing a very good job
It
because
does
as
not
I've
do a good
mentioned,
job.
this season is about, for me, and this episode specifically really hammers it home. This season is about the question of can Angel love? And, and we explore that with Connor and we explore that with Cordelia. This episode almost literalizes it, but because it doesn't stick the landing, it just kind of seems like you're talking about, like just faffing about.
Yeah. Yeah, the Sideways Door says it tried to be fun. I think this was one of those attempts to have a lighthearted episode before things got really dark. Sure, yeah, this is definite.
Yeah,
We're in breather territory though. This season hasn't had a lot of anything else so far. Oh wait, no, yeah, yeah, we're
this
in
season has
breather
had a lot
territory.
of,
Season's had a lot of drama, a lot of heavy stuff,
uh-huh,
and the
uh-huh.
last couple of episodes are full on breather territory. I just hate that trope. So my goal in I hate the moonlighting. So my goal in this rewatch, Tom, it's a lot of fun. My goal in this rewatch is to get over myself and to see past, because I don't like that one boring. I'm sure there's other ones. Like one cliche storytelling trope takes me out of an entire episode of good work. And I feel like there's been a series of those recently where I'm just a crotchety old man, Josh, and I don't like it. I want to
You,
find the
you are who
fun.
you are. Let's, you got to find the fun, B.
Yeah, we're gonna find the
Let's,
fun, B.
let's
Jay.
find the fun with this episode. You ready?
All right,
All right.
everyone, get your fingers on the play buttons. Jay and I are hitting play in three, two, one, play.
Okay, so the same night as the ballet. Got it.
Yeah, casual Lorne is interesting.
Hmm. I like this.
This is one of the highlights of the episode. Is all of the Lorne and Angel
Hmm.
stuff.
Hmm.
already Lorne is trying to inflate Angel through penis size comments. I bet he
What
shrank
else?
all over.
What else do men do when they relate to each other, Ian?
That's so tedious.
Mm-hmm.
Lorne's the safe space. Lorne is the therapist
Mm-hmm.
character. Lorne is the sponsor by this point.
Mm-hmm.
His denial is
He's making the point that you were making.
also. I think Evil Him thought he and Darla got along like a house on fire, literally.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be surprised. I love the going back to smell the perfume.
I'm still pro Angel, and that's a good transition.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Hey,
Hi,
Lauren.
Lauren. Her hair looks strangely casual there. I like it.
Yeah, the rapidity with which she got out of that dress and into
Yeah.
blue jeans, that's the least realistic part of this episode. Family Guy, I'm glad you think so.
I don't know if it is it underrated. Like I don't think this is a bad episode. Typically, I suppose I think of the underrated moniker for ones like Double Meat Palace. That
Yeah,
episode gets so much hate, and I think that it is doing exactly what it sets out to do, and it's doing it wonderfully. Um,
this episode
this
maybe
episode's
just
very
doesn't get enough
entertaining.
love.
Yeah. Maybe I'm quibbling. Ew. Oh yeah, Vision time.
Yeah, this is a fun transition.
Yeah, this is great. Where's the cut?
Oh, that was actually a bad transition.
I thought it was hid behind her head. Yeah, they just did dissolve. Do 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 do. So we looked up season 3 changes showrunners halfway through, or what happened to season 3?
Well, no, we figured it out. See, the showrunner doesn't change until season 4. But the guy who becomes showrunner joined the writing staff in season 3, and he wrote several of my least favorite episodes, the ones
Uh,
that contribute to the, the crap.
I just waved at my laptop before realizing you can't see me. Hi, Lauren.
Hi, Lauren.
Jeffrey Bell, yeah.
Yeah, David Greenwald is still showrunner right now.
It is a great set. I think I got in an argument early on about best set, Library Hyperion or the Magic Box. I, I think we can do that actually. Um, oh, I don't want to. No, don't start Q and A. Favorite set. There you go. I think I've been swayed over time. I think the magic box and the library hold kind of a special place in my heart. But the deeper we've gotten into this run of Angel, the more I think Hyperion is my favorite of the bunch.
That's a
It's
take.
so beautiful. I
It
mean,
is.
the magic box is a store. I think what I'm loving in when I love the magic box are the stories that are occurring inside of that space. Um,
Hmm.
so for me, it's probably a runoff between the Hyperion and the library, but the Hyperion is just so gorgeous. The art design, it fits the flavor of the show so well.
Hmm.
Playing with my favorite sword. Yeah, that's definitely true. Haha, innuendo.
It's Dick's.
The sword is his penis. Weapon. I screwed up the joke.
This is one of the longest Dick jokes of the show. This might also be in the top five horniest episodes.
Well, after yeah, after waiting in the wings,
Hmm.
I love the desk kick.
Yeah, same. He's been twirling that sword this entire time.
And they're adding the sound effects, but I'm pretty sure that's him making the sound effects with his mouth. He's, you know what? Every once in a while, we talk about like the infantilizing of certain women on the show. Gru is
Hmm.
definitely an infantilized man. Yeah,
That's
like
valid.
I
Yeah.
mean, they definitely play him as an ignorant child. Which I'm
Hmm.
not complaining about. I'm not saying that the comparison, one comparison negates the other one either. I just think it's interesting that like, oh yeah, he's def. Oh, I hate this. I hate it.
That was the best transition you've ever done on yourself.
I forgot it was here.
This this episode is the only episode I think where this particular love triangle is done well.
Ugh. That that had Twilight vibes. I love watching you sleep. Have you done that a lot? Just the past couple of months. I love watching you eat.
What are you saying? It's weird if a man perches on the windowsill and stares at a woman while she's sleeping?
While she's eating an
What kind of
apple.
a what kind of a weird puritanical home did you grow up in?
I just feel like they have no chemistry. And
I couldn't disagree with you
they are two
more.
of the most charismatic characters on the show. And I
This is
know like
adorable.
that like chemistry, put Wesley and Gunn together. Wes and Gunn in
Hmm.
season 2 have tons of chemistry.
This is adorable. This is enthralling. It's so romantic. Like, come on, come on. How can you say they got no chemistry?
They're both very pretty.
Yes.
That's all I got.
Tom's with me.
Tom is because I'm being negative. Wow, no one voted for the magic box. That kind of surprises me. I wish that I loved them. Why is he putting his hand on her? That feels possessive. I don't know why why I felt protective.
I love Petty Angel.
Petty Angel's great. Yeah, there's so much good stuff here.
He's gonna twirl the sword again.
That's my favorite broadsword. See, it's a metaphor because penis.
Yes, yes. Dix. Dix. He gives him the short axe.
I think, yeah. Well, I don't know. I suppose the of mind and heart of the magic box among those three is the most often ruined. But I immediately went to Buffy's house, and that to me would be the winner of the most often destroyed. I wonder how Buffy's house ranks in there. I bet people would still pick the library and Hyperion. House is just
The
a
house
house.
is her house is one of the most well laid out fictional houses, though. Like it's so
I wonder how
consistent inside
based
and
on the
out.
real exterior one it is.
So there's other interesting stuff that they could be doing better because right now Cordelia and Angel are in the same position, basically. They both have something intrinsic
Yeah,
that they're both afraid to lose through
that's a great
intimacy.
pickup.
And they don't follow through on that nearly as well as they could
The
in the
other
writing.
thing too is like Gru could be a there but for the grace of the vampire go I story for Angel. Um
Which he kind of is in this episode, as we'll see later on. But again, it doesn't
well,
go
but
far
they
enough.
do it in a jealous way. There's no sense of like there's no development of Angel's character. Um that's what I was talking about is it could be that was what Pylea was
Yeah.
the balance, and Gru is a character from that story.
I mean, they make a good team. Look at this. They're doing great. I like that Gru doesn't understand because in his world, vampires can go into the light.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Also, this actress kind of looks like early season Cordelia.
Yeah.
which I'm sure is no accident even.
Kind of the point. Oh yeah, with the super hair.
Wesley's the only one that notices.
And he's doing the swings again. Oh wow. Hyperion versus Library is 50-50. I love
And
this.
so this is,
Oh, I love this.
yeah.
The camera angle cut just to show what he's doing. That's every once in a while Angel does filmmaking flourishes like that I think are really
Hmm.
they're a little more experimental visually, other than the Joss Whedon, mostly the Joss Whedon episodes on Buffy and Fool for Love.
Yeah. Yeah, the sideways door, you're right. This is a Minier directed one.
Did Tim write this one?
He co-wrote it with Jeffrey Bell.
Uh, hey, that was one of the books from Pylea, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, you're
The
right.
Wolfram
Huh.
Hart books, and they started focused on it. So, how do you feel about the spike of all of this? So,
Explain.
seeing red occurs, spike. Then there's the bait and switch at the end of that season of a bitch is gonna see a change, and it's supposed to make us think that he's the big bad is coming back. Instead, he goes and does this series of trials and gets his soul back. And it's
Okay.
never spoken of 6 seasons before. Like there's no lead up to him doing that. So apparently it's potentially common knowledge. Or Spike knew about it for 200 years and never mentioned it to Angel or uh, any of that things. So this entire time, Angel is cursed. There
Hmm.
must be a solution. For instance, doing the thing that Spike did to get sort of the unvarnished or the no asterisk soul back,
Okay. Okay.
right? And yet, I mean, there's the guilt. There's the maybe he doesn't deserve to be happy is sort of the lock into it. But I mean, once you introduce that idea in season 6 of Buffy that you can be consequence free soul restored,
Hmm.
it kind of throws a bunch of this into like, oh, but what then? Why didn't I don't huh? Or is that just me?
No, it's not just you. There is, this is weird. There is a couple of things. First of all, most soulless vampires wouldn't go for it.
Sure, yeah, yeah.
Angelus went for it. That's hilarious. Second of all,
Again, he's a baby in Angel's body.
he's a gem.
Yeah.
Uh,
A himbo. Oh, we found a himbo.
we found a himbo. He's a himbo,
Yeah.
yes. Um, like, how could you go and get a soul if you already have a soul? Because the whole ritual is not about the quality of the soul, it's just about giving you a soul.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
Angel went and had bugs crawl all over him and fought a Fire Fist guy, what would it like? Nothing would happen. She's living a second chance, like that kind of a thing, you know?
So part of the and if he lost his soul, Angelus for certain wouldn't want it back. So part
Hmm.
of the whole paradox of it is that Spike should have by no reason should want his soul back. Like so that is the first necessity of the spell itself. That works there. That's a headcanon for me. I'm good.
Happy to
Uh,
help.
yeah. Yeah. Mind and Heart says non-souled Angelus could get the soul if he wanted, but if Angel showed up and asked for his soul, it'd be like, yeah, you already got one.
I think this tree demon is one of the most unique that they come up with on the show.
I like it.
Same.
Yeah.
See, this is adorable, Ian. Stop making that face.
Weirdly, I think it might be him that to me it feels like he's not into it in the same like she seems convincing to me fine. I don't know.
Hey, somebody finally voted for the Magic Box,
Hey,
which means the library and the Hyperion are still tied. That's such a creepy cut.
that's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, is that did they just come in the front door? There wasn't a brick wall out there last time.
No, it's the back door.
I thought that was an open street.
That's the front door.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
And of course, the joke is Cordelia dressed him like this without even realizing it.
Let's make the metaphor from the Pylea arc as explicit as possible. Except that Cordy wouldn't doesn't get it. Oh, she gets it by the end of this season. I forgot how
She
much
does.
there's like the end of this season feels in and of itself like a whole season to me, and it probably feels more a part of season 4 than it does.
David is so good at this.
Yeah, yeah, David's great. It's a good
Listen,
episode.
he looked at the camera.
He's spinning swords again. So the visions are her soul.
Yes, because you draw a line from, I don't know, it's like I'm still getting punished to her getting the
Yeah.
visions and becoming a better person. It's like she got her soul back.
I will say it's nicely sex positive.
It really is, and that
Yeah.
it's like
The sex is a sideshow. It's of course we're all adults. Who cares? Like I no matter what, season 2 of Buffy is in a weird way, Angel losing his soul in that season, which is about perfect happiness, could be seen as a commentary about the sex. And I think like season 2 is actually about maturity and
they lean
about
into the joke later though that
yeah,
it's
sure, yeah, yeah.
yeah, sex negative.
Um yeah, I don't think season 2 was intended to be sex negative, but as a consequence of the plotting, it ended up that way.
Hmm.
Watch the tape. Mm,
This is also really like creepy.
remember Mini DV?
Yeah.
Oh God.
No judgment, Ian.
This is such an interesting little. I suppose anything can be foreplay, including
Hmm.
pillow fights.
This might be not only one of the horniest, but also one of the most sex positive episodes ever.
Yeah, yeah. It's growing on me.
That was cool.
Yeah. She reaches out of frame, and AD hands her the thing. Pull it in,
Hmm.
add a little animation. Bob's your uncle, or maybe it's Kevin. That's so funny.
This is really like creative too.
Yeah. That design is so good. I could see the two of them being like a Sanford and Son,
It's very
like
buddy cop.
a yeah brothers solving crimes together story.
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, Lethal Weapon. Angel's definitely Danny Glover in that.
Ouch.
Bruce part demon though.
Plus the angel. Hyperion's winning.
Hey, 19 votes. He's magnificent.
The way he keeps calling him champ. He's so emotionally available. Theme.
Vampire. I love the way he says that. Cold. That is some early television CG.
Hmm.
They could have just taken away his DSL connection.
Yes, Ian.
We've we've been watching lots of Avatar: The Last Airbender, and yesterday Aang killed a vulture hornet, and I was like, Aang wouldn't have done that because Avatar stuff. All creatures deserve. Let's just take away his DSL.
Good Lord. See
That's a
this right
nice.
here?
That's a nice little reveal.
This is the most interesting that this love triangle ever
Yeah.
is when these two are actually talking about it.
It also manifests one of the issues with it, which is that Fred's not in the friggin' room.
Yeah, it's about Fred, but it's not for
Yeah.
Fred.
It's not. Yeah, it's not for Fred. It's the story serving these two guys, and it's good in that way. But there's
I
always
agree.
like the balance of those two things.
Of Mind and Heart, you are absolutely correct, especially also given the earlier lecture that Wesley gave Gunn after Gunn's old crew shot up Lauren's bar. I hate this.
Why? I don't hate it
I hate it
because it's an unmotivated switch from the rest of the episode, or
because, like I said, it's such a transparent attempt to get Cordelia out of the next few episodes.
oh yeah. I mean, from the standpoint of his character, to me, it's a necessary component of all of the jealousy throughout the episode. It doesn't really grapple with the fact that she could be gone for 3 weeks and have multiple visions. You
Hmm.
know, call him on a cell phone, I
Or,
suppose.
or that he just sent away one of Wesley's employees without talking to Wesley first.
Yeah. And maybe they had that conversation off camera.
Excuse me.
Oh, I forgot this was in here.
This is this episode.
Uh, does anyone else think Connor was phoning it in? Aw.
Theme.
Da, da, da.
Here we go.
And now for something completely different.
The rest of the season is
The
going to
rest of the
be
season.
bonkers.
Yeah. All right. Ending. Wow, the Hyperion won. 19 votes. That's probably the most I've enjoyed that episode.
It's a good episode in a vacuum. It's like
Sure.
a lot of the episodes we've watched in season three. They're great in a vacuum.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to learn my lesson from the past few rewatches, which is just like, okay, I know what has hooked me here. I'm gonna find the fun with the rest of it.
Nice.
I still don't the Cordy Angel romance thing for me. If they both wandered into it and then he could not do it and they had to live that entire time time around each other knowing they didn't have that choice and they couldn't engage with each other that way and whatever. I think then you still have the romantic dramatic tension, but it's even worse because they're both aware of it. It's not frustrating in the same way of just flip and tell her, and is Cordy being stupid? She dressed him exactly up like Angel, so clearly her subconscious is grappling with the idea that she's attracted to Angel as well. Um,
I I love that you and I hate this episode for different reasons. Like we completely disagree on why it's bad. Even though, like you just said, we both just had fun with it.
it is entertaining. It is entertaining. I don't think that there's a difference between it's not a bad episode. It's a good
No, it's
episode.
not.
But like
Yeah, it is.
it manifests some of the things that I really don't like about the season. Um, and those particular things are sort of burdening it as we go. But we'll get into it.
Yeah, I'll
Um,
rant about it in about an hour.
yeah, thank you, everyone. We will be joining in with the patron hangout and discussion of this episode in about 670 minutes. The stream is free to all to watch, and hope to see you then.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.